All right. This is the first time I've ever done this, and you can see this kid next to me, this guy next to me, is Ben Lincourt. How long have I known you?
We go back.
How long? How old are you now?
I'm 18 now.
He's 18. I think I've known him at least 10 to 12 years. His mom and dad and my wife and I are good friends. We've gone camping together, et cetera, et cetera. So, um, given what I come across every day with my customers who don't understand marketing, um, I was driving to work this morning, and oddly enough, Ben lives about 10 minutes from me. So I said, you know what? This kid's a pretty sharp marketer, and he's going to tell his story to you real quick. I'm going to ask him some questions. So, what was it, a year and a half ago you started with your first e-commerce store?
Right, roughly a year and a half ago.
What was it? How did you figure that out? How did you get into that?
So me and my buddy Diego Salisbury met over coffee, and we ended up talking about how to get into the e-commerce realm. And
So you're in high school.
correct,
You're in high school talking about how to get into the e-commerce realm.
correct.
It wasn't just I want to make money and pick up chicks.
No, so we had more of a long-term goal with it, which was where we sort of separate ourselves from every other high schooler in the e-commerce realm.
So high school kids do this?
Correct, but their strategy of A to B to Z is not the same as our structure.
Okay, so what was your plan?
So we had more of a long-term approach where we didn't pick crappy products to do these drop shipping stores with.
Mm-hmm.
So we really looked for quality in our manufacturers first off. We tried to cut away from that 1 to 3 week shipping from China. So we tried to get U.S. manufacturers, which definitely helped us stand out.
Okay. So day one, how did you set it up? What platform did you use? How much money did you have in your pocket to start this thing?
Right. So specifically for drop shipping, it's not that expensive to start. I think between my partner and I, we did our first store, and I think we invested $200 into it. We use Shopify as the platform, which really helps connecting your actual store with the manufacturer. And then trial and error a few stores later.
How'd you connect with the manufacturers?
So we used a website called AliExpress.
Okay.
And so AliExpress and Shopify were connected through Overlo, which is a third-party platform.
Okay.
And
so if they go in there right now and they Google Overlo, Overlo.
Yeah, Oberlo.
Okay, because you talk funny.
Sorry.
Right. Overlo. This is going to take them to all these websites, or they can just reach out to you, and we'll give them your contact information at the end. You can teach them how to do this stuff.
Right.
There's a fee structure.
Exactly.
So your first store, I don't know if you can tell or you want to tell them, what was your first store?
It was called My Velly Velly, and it was a cosmetic bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And how long was the shelf life on that? Is it still operating? How much money was it making?
So that first store, I think we did $1,500 the first week, and then we got hit with a copyright claim.
Okay.
So from there, we did a lot of research before we picked our next product.
Okay.
And I believe I think we chose sunglasses as another store.
Okay.
And so we worked on that, and that did well. And then we decided, okay,
Is that store still active and generating?
So that store we've shut down because we just haven't had enough time to allocate towards it.
Okay.
So since then, Diego and I do our own stores and just help each other create them.
Okay.
And at this point, we're delivering stores to other customers and clients.
Okay, so you're making stores for people.
Correct.
So if you're a customer of mine or you're on my website and you're looking at this, because this video is going to be there and invariably you're going to see it, we're going to give you the contact information for these two guys, and they will create the Shopify stores for you for a fee. Why it's important is retail and real estate and rent is expensive, and these platforms could actually drive incremental sales at really, really good margins and extend your customer base. So you don't have to know how to do this stuff. You just need to know the people that can do it. But frankly, if a 17-year-old kid sitting in a room or at a Starbucks could figure it out just by some simple research, there's no excuse for you not to. So how many stores do you and Diego have now?
So currently I own 2 stores, and over the past month I've probably created 8 just to give to others.
Okay, and the 2 stores you generate now, how much in monthly revenue?
Roughly $20,000 to $30,000.
And what's the net margin on that?
So I make 60%.
So $20,000 to $30,000. He's making $14,000 a month. Just runs digital platforms. And what are you doing with all this money?
Investing.
Okay. So you started off making money. You've built these stores. That's translated into what?
in terms of
What have so you've evolved from being, I mean, when you and Diego, right? Diego came into my office, and you had these stores and they kind of run their course because people start to cannibalize them, right? If you don't have your own branded product, you're using other stores as drop stores. If you had your own branded product, you probably wouldn't see this roller coaster in terms of survivability of the store. But now you've evolved your business into what? Now you've got a partnership, and tell me how that all happened.
So as far as the actual drop shipping goes, I have employees that work under me and help me with order fulfillment and customer service and
all remote,
all marketing.
All remote?
Correct.
Okay. All about your age?
Roughly.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. And then since then, I have the drop shipping side of my business, and then I've also created an agency where we deliver those services to clients, such as advertising, social media content, and digital design.
Okay, so what's the name of that agency?
Brinker Media.
How say it?
Brinker.
Brinker. Brinker.
Correct.
Media.
Correct.
All right, so when I post this, I'm going to put all this content and the information in the landing page so you guys can see it. And what are the services those guys do?
So we'll do content creation for you as far
as... What does that mean to the layman?
Okay, so it's getting content of your brand. So getting photos, getting video content that'll help share awareness with your customers.
Okay. And then what else do you guys do?
So we will create websites for you. So as far as either drop shipping websites or service-based websites, we have a graphic designer that does really well in getting your audience to relate with the content.
Okay.
And then we also do advertising, so Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and so on.
Okay. Facebook ads and Instagram ads. Why do you guys, what do you think that's the way to go as opposed to Google?
So we specialize in those two specifically because that's typically where our age demographic is. And
so if I'm a 50-year-old guy,
right,
and I own a business selling, I don't know, freaking flip-flops,
okay,
right? And or let's just say window tinting,
right,
and I tint car windows, and I know that my customers are all under 25. You guys as an agency, because you're in that age demographic, can craft content that meets them better.
Exactly.
What about for older people?
So the older people, their better platform is Facebook because they tend to stay looking at posts on there longer.
Holy crap! You mean it's not kids on Facebook? Do you even look at Facebook?
It's not as much as it is an older audience.
Right. It used to be though.
Correct.
So what's the lesson of that?
Platforms change.
What does that mean to the layman?
So people are there's always different groups adding to Facebook and growing from Facebook. Right now, the main age demographic on Instagram is 18 to 30-year-olds. Right, on Facebook, it's typically 30 and above.
Okay.
Just
so
on
people
average.
migrate.
Correct.
Okay. And then 5 years from now, it'll be TikTok, or it was Snapchat, then Snapchat went away, and Snapchat came back, and then TikTok's evolving. So the platforms are constantly evolving, and as business owners, they need to be abreast of that, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So you're now doing advertising. So you went from being a 17-year-old kid having a cup of coffee, wanting to make some pocket change.
Correct.
To now you have like 5-10 stores, and you're crafting stores for people, and you have a basic consistent revenue stream of $15,000 a month, which is like 100, and you have 2 stores doing 15 a month.
So one of the stores is not doing as much. The one that I'm currently focused on is doing 20,000 to 30,000.
By focus, what do you mean? What are you doing? You're paying attention to the activity. You're paying attention.
Paying attention most of the activity.
Okay, and what are you looking for?
I'm collecting data in terms of where my customers are.
What does that mean?
So, like for example, like for the sunglass store that we had, I would always look on the coast because there's always beaches there. People always use their sunglasses at the beaches.
Okay.
So I would collect data as to where people are within the United States and where they buy from.
Where would you get that data?
All through either your orders, you can see where the product's being shipped from.
And Shopify gives you that data.
Correct.
Okay. And then what would you do? You'd run your ads in those demographics in those areas?
Exactly.
Okay, so Facebook, Instagram actually can give you the gold mine data to tell you how to maximize your spend.
Correct.
Right. It's not just a shotgun, throw a paper and hope it sticks. I actually know race, color, gender, how much they're spending, and where they're physically at. Scary stuff. Okay. So you got a nice Mercedes in the driveway and you're 18 years old. Is that a 5 Series?
That's an E300.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the point of this is that business owners, if you'd actually just Google and do some simple research, or to reach out to people, and don't impose your own filter on the people who have the information. So I knew this kid. We used to climb in trees and actually fell out of a tree and stabbed himself with a branch. And he had to go to the ER. And 8 years later, he's running a really successful business, actually really successful multiple businesses, and now is a partner in an advertising agency. And how big is the advertising agency? How many engagements have you done? Services-wise.
So currently we do a lot of like housing or what's it called? So we have monthly services.
Okay.
And
annuity revenue type model, right?
Correct. And we currently have 10 clients that we're servicing monthly.
Okay. And who are they? What do they look like?
So there is an exotic car rental agency in Miami that we do their website and their content creation for, as well as their social media engagement and advertising. We're starting to branch into the influencer niche, so we're getting content for other influencers on Instagram to help them grow. We have like a salon that we're doing their online website for and advertising for. Okay. And similar.
Do you go in and drive their product sales too?
So I personally don't. We have people on our team that help with are you talking in terms of like the advertising? Or
yeah, like a salon. Salon usually has product.
Right.
Like,
so
are they smart enough to, other than driving foot traffic and then relying on stylists to do the sales, are they snappy enough to go, hey, we could actually create an online store and grow it?
So this salon is different in terms of they actually teach classes.
Dude, is that a Rolex?
Yes.
All right. So go on this. I'm sorry, I just saw the she's showing.
No, all good.
18-year-old driver. I got an iWatch and he's pimping a freaking gold Rolex. Go.
So they do a lot of they teach people how to cut hair.
Oh, okay.
So
it's about driving student traffic.
Correct.
Cool. All right. And what other customers?
So we have a lot of the product-based stuff that I was talking about.
So let me ask you a question before you go on that.
Okay.
Do you have trouble growing your business because you're so young?
There were a lot of obstacles at first. Shopify shut me down because I wasn't 18 at the time when I started it.
No, but like in your agency world, do they shut you down because you're young?
Originally they did, but they saw our content and what we were putting out there, and we were originally giving services for free just to grow.
Right.
And that helped a lot.
Sure. Yeah. So then word of mouth, holy crap, they did it. They're actually doing it.
It helped with
credibility. So important lesson learned, if you're like entering a market or you're entering a business, giving stuff free and creating value helps your business grow, right?
Exactly.
Because then eventually you can monetize it. But the trick is to get them over the hump of thinking everything's going to be for free and go, okay, I got to eat, right?
Right.
All right. So what's the website they can get you at?
So you can go to Brinker Media Group online. You can also contact me directly. My Instagram, Ben Lincourt, Gmail, benlincourt@gmail.com. And
how do you spell Lincourt? They're not going to know how to spell
Lincourt. And it'll be in the description as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Say hello to your mom and dad.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, bud.